We're going to have another break in between. Now, also, some of the books, a lot of people said they wanted Mad Men Speak Revelation, yeah?
Yes.
The book are finished. We have abandoned the thoughts. We have addicted to writing. It's still around the 2,000 naira range, so don't be afraid. You know, we have that. So if you're willing to take that, you will need to go to the book stand and then so that they can give you the books. And if you have paid your 1K, it's when they will give you the book. If you have not paid the 1K and you just stood up in faith, we're not paying 2K for you. You pay your 1K, they will give you the book. Emeka Nobis at some point will be signing your book, right? So you have an autographed copy, which is really important. It's a big deal. So, you know, do it in faith, connect with the book writing something. Like I said at the beginning, please pay attention to details today. Pay attention to the details. We'll be asking a lot of questions. We'll be having conversations. So you're going to have 10 minutes immediately after Verily does it in like 5 minutes. Fantastic. Okay. This one that as I look at you now, it's I that I eyed you. If it's not 5 minutes, I'll collect the mic. So 5 minutes is going to wrap up. 10 minutes, we're going to have a quick break. We're going to come back because when we come back, the birthday boy is going to be talking. And you don't miss that. All right, Verily, what's it?
Okay, so the questions here are important to understand that, but we have skipped to time. So what's going to happen is that most of the questions you've asked here, some of the panelists have said something on it. So I will just do a recap as a summary. So how long do I have to work on a particular skill before I start giving up to the public? Just like you said, you have to keep practicing. She talked about that. Is it really a big problem for me to read? Is it a big problem for me to read? How do I cultivate the habit of reading and studying? One of the panelists talked about being intentional. So you have to just do it. Like, you get to put in the work. If you don't work, it's not going to work. If you don't read, you will not. So someone said, very important question, how can a relationship damage someone's greatness? So if so, I think somehow, I don't think anybody talked upon on that, but that's what I'm going to tell you. The Bible says, don't put your light under a bushel. So if you're with somebody that is making you put your light under the bushel, then you don't need to be in the same room with that kind of person. So that's what my answer is going to be. But if you think you need to talk more on it, I think maybe if you're a guy, maybe meet a guy to answer that. If you're a lady, anyhow, that is. So that's what I will say for that question. Please, can I get a social media handle? So just like they said, you can come to us, or before we go, we may say it out to you. You can come to us and get our social media handles here. So this one says, I have tried all, it's long, but I'm going to summarize it. I have tried affiliate marketing, long reach, all of that. I have not made any sale over 4 years. I hear your stories. Please, it's not funny. You know, when someone asks a question and you laugh, you disempower the other person. If you don't know, it's very sensitive. Somebody asks a question and you laugh, you disempower the person. So don't laugh, just keep quiet, I beg you. Thank you. So how do I begin? The person is asking. So I think you need a coach. This time around, maybe you have a coach. Maybe if you have a coach, maybe change a coach. The coach may not be bad. I was speaking with a lady 2 weeks ago who told me that she had to switch from a coach to another coach, and it was that coach that introduced her to the coach she switched to. And that coach is aware that she's with this coach and he's okay with it. There are some people that will not be okay with it. But maybe switch coach, maybe change some things, maybe speak to Mr. Mekanobis. We have 4 amazing masterminds are here. They are going to be talking to you, so you can meet them. You can meet any of us here. But please change what is not working. 4 years is a long time. Although we know say you get something so you will plan, so you know go done immediately. But meet a coach. So that's what I'm going to tell you. I have strong strength in administration, but I need multiple sources of incomes as jobs are not easy to come by. Meet Mr. Mekanobis. He will tell you how to turn what you know into anything you want. In a case where you are talented, how do you narrow down to few things while still feeling fulfilled? So he talked about working on your strength. Just focus on your strength. And then another thing, forget what your friend is doing. You're writing ebook and you're just making 100K in a month, and he's doing copywriting, and you're thinking maybe I should switch to copywriting. But you know copywriting is not your strength. Why not focus on ebook? Go meet people who are there, like Mr. Mekanobis. See how you can make a millionaire. Focus on it till you get there. Don't jump to copywriting. And then when copywriting doesn't do, you jump to sale, you jump to affiliate marketing, and you get confused. So just focus on what it is that you're doing. So thank you so much. It has been an amazing ride speaking with you guys. If you have questions, you can. Okay, yes. One more question. Sorry.
Barely, don't read it.
It's not up to 5 minutes.
It's okay, it's afraid.
It's not up to 5 minutes.
We want people to have more time. A round of applause for Vera because this is not the 5 minutes something.
It's just 1 minute and 30 seconds. Like
The
round.
last one.
Yes, it's the
So
last
I allow her. Look at you.
Okay, for one
Alright.
who loves reading books and personal development, what strategy do you use to read books and apply? What do you read?
You read it. About that, read the book. Read it.
Okay,
Come and meet me.
if you're a reader, of course you should be a writer. When you read, you write. But before you select a book to read, it should be in line to what you're looking for. You can't just go and get a book and start reading.
Listen to
So while you read, you write out the things you learn, at least from each chapter.
I
You
remember what you wrote.
Okay, thank you so much. So how do we follow our social media? Because that was the question
Okay,
that was
social
asked.
media handle.
Maybe.
There is a group. Okay, so
Do you want us to
say
use?
your name. Say
Okay.
your social
My
media
name is Veralyn Chineye. You can follow me on Facebook at Veralyn, Veralyn Chineye, Chinenyee. Oh,
You
sorry.
can not spell Chineye.
Most of them are not Igbo.
Chineye.
Ah,
Thank you.
there's no blending. You can't blend it. Chineny. Veralyn, Vera, and then Lyn. Vera, Veralyn.
Which of the lane? LYN.
Lyn. And
This
then
is what not spelling.
Chinenye. Then on Instagram, you can follow me on at the Queen of Monetization on Instagram.
Okay, you know what? Follow them on Instagram. So only your Instagram handles. Just your Instagram because it's like the name is changing.
I am the social Nessie on Instagram. THED social NESS. It's not M, it's N.
N
N.
N for Nigeria.
Yes, NESSY. The social Nessie. Thank you.
They're looking for you.
Okay, on Instagram, you can just follow Otta Solomon. OTAH Solomon.
Otta Solomon, did you get it?
Okay, I'd love you to follow me on Facebook because if you're an copywriter, you not get value from my Instagram. So
Okay.
Facebook Esther, then Odemingire, ODEMWINGIE. Thank you.
If you did not get it, when after, come and meet her.
Okay, so for me, just follow me on Facebook, Kingsley Ime without a H, Kingsley Ime, wearing a black suit, gold tie with a pocket filler.
Yeah,
Very
describe,
important.
yeah,
Kingsley
describe
Ime
this picture.
on Facebook.
So all of you that have Ibinabo at Y2 shop, continue.
Okay, on Facebook, console Adoli Sabinigwe, yellow and black. You will know.
Console as in console my heart, as in or console. 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 Console yourself and follow her. Yes.
Okay, just follow me on Twitter, Joseph Don Sales. Joseph Don SELLS. If you just search for Joseph Don any other place, you'll see me.
It's on Twitter. Joseph Don Sales. Sales what? We don't care. And
You can follow me on Facebook, Chioma Nana, in brackets, coach with results.
she is the coach with results. Come on Facebook, please.
I am Jago Emmanuel everywhere. Thank you.
Everywhere is not there because some of you now, the thing that used to worry you is deep. Is I am Jago Emmanuel on all social platforms. Before you now go and be looking for I am Jago Emmanuel everywhere.
Okay. And the Jago is spelled JAGO.
JAGO, Jago. Alright, so our break starts now. Now, this is how the break is going to be because it's also coordinated. The break is verify your 1K and then change the book that you want at the book stand. They will also give a link so that you can join. If you did not register, you really need to register. Somebody's coming to meet me or you're just taking pictures behind me. Okay, so verify your book. Then if you have questions for the panelists, they will be here. They'll be here for the next 10 minutes. Then we have Peniel Foods. Yes. They will be googling photo while I'm talking. His photograph is not stopping the line. Be snapping pictures. Yes, so Peniel is outside. She's the food fixer and her food is amazing. And trust me, if something is not right, I'll tell you that it's not working. So if I say her food is good, her food is actually good. The food is good and the food is affordable. But if you want to impress your babe or your boo, there is Eden. at the back, they have Gary and drinking beans. It's okay. Anything. But you'll be back here at 10 minutes because from now on, please let me run the program so that you know what to expect. When we come back from the break, we'll be having the Mecca Novice talk for like a bit. Then we'll be having the masterminds. They are the people that look fat with one belly and then some. So we'll be having the masterminds come up, and you don't want to just write. You want to actually go through their social media handles, find out the stuff that they do. So when you're asking questions, you're not asking, how will I be a taller person in the future? I asked that question, it's not working, I'm still short. Ask informed questions in line with your businesses. This is a conversation, but this is a conversation that has results. So please, do not ask random generic questions. I'm asking for a friend. You are the friend, you are the family, you are everybody. Put your questions together. We will have time to answer only about, because I'm nice and I'm short, and I'm in a good mood today. We'll answer maybe like 7 questions. The rest, God help you. Then we'll now do Buga party for birthday somebody. Okay. So we have an Ankara person in case you want to buy material for the birthday person. You want to buy Ankara for yourself, your friends and family, affordable too. We also have organic food by Emeka Novice's wife. You see, man, I need to take a few minutes. Calm down. Everyone food, I'm coming. So, men and brethren, all of you that want to marry, and if you're already married, can't sell your wife market. The only vendor that came here today is Emeka Novice's wife, minus food. You see, that's love. It's not passion. This type of love used to bring markets to the house. So please get to meet them, get to meet people around you. When I come back and when my co-anchor joins me, what we're going to be doing is going into the crowd to ask who you met. You cannot come here and be pressing phone and not talk to human beings when you're supposed to have a conversation. So you will have a conversation with people you've never met. If you're shy, there is no place for shyness in making money or in the kingdom. Kill it. Your break starts now. Bye. Now that's not to say that, I'm just taking my time and finding my step. You will be old. Don't use it as an excuse. But take your time. Now the thing that I'm doing right now that gives me money is not anchoring. Anchoring comes easy to me. Say, passion. How many people like passion? I'm passionate about this thing. You're passionately broke. You're still here. You're very passionate. I'm passionate about, my life work is for teenagers and young people. Nothing takes away from that. But then there are expressions you have that should give you cash. And it does not necessarily have to be the thing that you project. So some of you, the thing that gives you cash is the thing that you don't really like. It's not your passion. It's just something that you know how to do. Men and brethren, niche there. You see your strength, stay there. If your strength is cleaning house, you don't really like it, you're passionate about widows, it's okay. Clean the house and be talking to widows because you need money. It's very frustrating to be relevant and passionate. How many people know how that feels? How many people have heard the word, this girl is very talented but she's broke, oh. Why is it that your life is not going forward? You have plenty gifts, you are here. I'm here to tell you that it's okay, you're not alone. I was there. Sometimes I'm still there. But if you are multi-talented, find one thing. One. Follow it. Finish it. Do all you can with it. If it doesn't work, leave it. You know how some people say, don't quit. Men and brethren, you reach some time, quit. It's not working. Quit. This is another thing that we are going to do in this place where you take popular slogans and own it, and it's not working for you. Don't quit. You know you are supposed to be quitting, but they said you should not quit. So you are in a dying, sinking ship. It's okay to fail. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to not know what to do. You see, all of us here, at some point, we don't know what we are doing. And it's fine. It's just not fine to remain there. So I'm going to tell the story, then I'm going to bring the birthday boy up. And at this point, I'm going to ask a question. If you did not come with anything to write or raise your hand, because you're going to need to write right now, raise your hand. You want to write on paper, not on your phone, and you need book. Let me see you. If you brought book, and you now want free book, and you raise your hand, the usher will not give you. So you want book. Ushers, late. Is it the height? You are not seeing me because you not short past me. So please raise your hand. The ushers are going to take note, and then please meet Emeka. Their books so that you can give them so they can write on. It's not the one you raise hand for book now. You don't have biro. I cannot help you. There's no biro. So know yourself. Okay, so while they're distributing the books, I need you to bring out your books, bring out phones, bring out recorders, whatever it is that you want to bring out. I need you to bring it out now. And I'm going to tell a story, then I'm going to bring Emeka up. And this part of the story is the part where Emeka plays a part in my life. Story. Once upon a time. I wasn't always like this. In fact, if I was going to describe myself in any other term, I would say I was shy. I was the girl who blended into the background. I was the girl who also didn't feel very smart. And low self-esteem, low self-confidence. It's not like I didn't know that I was smart. It's just I didn't think it made a difference because I learned differently. So instead of talking to people, I'd write my thoughts. I used to write prayers. I used to write anger. I used to write crushes. You know, I used to just write. As long as it was something that was affecting me, I wrote it down. I wrote for a long time like that. And I just noticed that I knew how to twist words in a way that people would understand. Make it simple, make it fun. And so one day, it's like I will stop this story because the book is becoming plenty. If I give them the book, let's continue the story after the book. Usher, smile. It's the way you're frowning that's making them, you know, it's what? You come and be standing for long hours. Stand. Don't worry, the books will get to you, as many as want to use to write. Let me see your hands on this side, please. Auntie Usher at the back, come forward. Just walk to the very front. Don't just come forward. Come forward. Keep coming. Thank you. Come forward. Now start. Continue the story. Oh yeah. Auntie. See as you're smiling one day. Smile at the very confused. I heard somebody say, come for this training, how to monetize the brand called you. Underneath it was, monetize your passion. You know, turn your passion into profit. How many people go for trainings like that? Turn your passion into profit. You now expected that after the training, you will now blow. You now did not come and blow. You now got depressed. You now said these people are a scam. Then the next one now came out. You now went again. Till now we are still not blowing. So it's okay. So I went for this training and I sat there and I always had a book or a laptop with me where I was writing my thoughts because I didn't like to talk. I forget all this plenty something. I really don't like people like that. I like to stay in my house. I don't like to talk. But I have a voice that I can use. I understand words, I read. I can engage you. You don't know me, but you like me. And even if you don't like me, say, okay, you know, you will not forget. I can do this. So this is something that I do effortlessly. And I was sitting down and they said, somebody's here is an author. Never met a real time author before. Always wanted to. And I took a chance that day. And I gave my iPad at the time to this author. This author sat down with my iPad and was reading it from the beginning of the class till the end. I lost concentration because you know when you're looking at somebody's face expecting to see them, they are blown away, inspired. Person was just there. No expression. As in my mind I was like, you'd have just kept this thing by yourself. It would have been easier if nobody knew. You are going to expose your incompetence outside. After the event, 30 minutes after the event had finished, I couldn't go back and collect my iPad. Because I was afraid, I was ashamed, and I was convinced that they would just tell me that this thing I was writing since was utter rubbish. Then I went to collect my iPad because how will I come for an event with iPad and we go home without iPad? That won't happen. I don't have money to buy another iPad. So I went and met him. And the first thing that came out of his mouth was, Shay, your writing is not for everybody. He did not tell me whether it was good. It's just that Shay, that, no, it's not even not for everybody. Shay, that not everybody will like how you write. Of course, the voices in my head started, hey, I talk out. I said it. My writing is bad. And then he went, if you're really serious about this, send a message announcing yourself as a writer to everybody on your WhatsApp group. In my mind, like, one person, I'm dead. Then I should send it to everybody. Are you okay? And he made me promise. And it was in the age where me and technology were not friends. So when I tried to send a forwarded message to everybody, what I actually did was put all my contacts in a group without their permission. Guess what happened? I don't understand why you're putting me in a group with people. I gave you, and I was going, I'm so sorry. Then in fear, I removed myself from the group, deleted the group. And I was now asking, how am I going to remove these people now? So imagine how you're having your boss calling you like, I don't understand why my number is on a public group. Your pastor's wife is calling you. Elders in the church, they're calling you. That the number that they gave you, you have shared it to everybody in the world. I was devastated. I was crying. I had to call somebody. Please add me back. Let me remove everybody. The person now took their own sweet time. They no add me tonight. By that time, I was not thinking about being a writer. I just wanted to come out from the mess. Meanwhile, I sent the first draft of what I was going to write as the forwarded message to this author, and he went, that's rubbish. Are you a village writer? Cancel it. I'm like, I wrote the second one. He said, you have not started. I wrote the third one. He said, you're getting there. At this point, I was upset. So in anger, I wrote something, and he went, that's what you're supposed to write. At this point, I was already angry. Then this thing started. At some point, I just went, the deed has been done. Everybody's inside the group. The ones that want to curse me will curse me. The ones that are shouting are already shouting. What's the point? Let's just collect it. And I went, I'm really sorry I added you to this group. You can leave. But this is why I wanted to do this. And then I explained. And then I sent the message. And from there, I started to write. Now, funny enough, I've not published any book yet. So before you not think, she's an accomplished published writer. No. She has not published. It has taken me 5 years. Yeah? 5 years. Around that. It has taken me 5 years to publish a book that the title is called Start. I'm not joking. 5 years. The book has been finished. We started the first one, published and said nothing. Started the second. In fact, we not finished the book for 2 years. And it's amazing that the title of the book is called Start. But you see, this is the story and the irony of my life. So when we stand here, hold a mic, speak plenty English, run around and play, and you're going on very inspired by her life, be inspired by your life. Be inspired by your life. Your life is important, your journey matters, your processes are together, but we all need someone to read our work. We don't need people to validate us. That's rubbish. Validate yourself. Congratulate your own self. Let your opinion stand on its own 2 feet. But you need someone. You can't walk alone. You need somebody to look through your work and give you the first word of encouragement. For me, that person, when it came to the area of writing, because my life has phases, to the area of writing was Emeka Nobis. Emeka Nobis is, he's not everybody's regular cup of tea. He's an 18-year-old with 24 years experience. He's open, he tries as much as possible to be authentic. One of the things about him that I cannot do is how he responds to people who come to his DM. Yeah, we shall just leave you. Hi, hello. We are gone. If you see me in Messenger 3 months later, it's okay. I'm saying this in advance for anybody that's going to take my number. I'm begging you, please. If I don't answer your call, it's not because I'm being rude. It's just because me and phone, we don't really have a relationship like that. So help me. You can get me on Wednesday morning. I'm sure to be online. But Emeka will take out the time to expose his secrets. Emeka will do certain things that to me don't make any sense, like sell a course for 1,000 naira. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And then he goes contrary to the thought processes of a lot of thought leaders. When it comes to the thought leadership space, Emeka Nobis exhibits a certain level of charm that is innocent and yet very deep. He takes in the topics that we don't want to talk about. So he will talk about unchurched. He will throw his opinions in your face. He will talk about being vulnerable with certain situations. He will give platforms to young people without thinking about, whether they paid him or not. Today we celebrate the story of a man who decided that he will share his life. His failures, his sexual escapades sometimes, very unsettling. His children, his fatherhood journeys, his weariness, his heart. In the next 35 minutes, we're going to be listening to him. I have no clue what he's going to talk about, but I do know this, and I promise you, you will hear things that will excite you. You will hear things that will inspire you. You will hear some things that you might not agree with, but you will have an orgasm with everyone. He has a love relationship with words. He has a big heart. He's very flawed. He makes mistakes, and he doesn't even paint it. Please, with a standing ovation, join me as we receive the dawn.